Visual. The video opens with a visual representation of someone caught in a storm, feeling tossed around by the elements. This contrasts sharply with someone standing confidently at the helm of a ship, navigating through the same storm. The title card reads, Victim versus Creator Mindset. The video then transitions to the host, in a setting that feels empowering and in control, perhaps with a view or strong architectural lines, speaking directly to the camera with a firm yet compassionate and inspiring tone. Host, have you ever felt like life was happening to you rather than by you? Like you were constantly reacting to circumstances beyond your control? This feeling of powerlessness is a hallmark of what we call a victim mindset. But there's another way to navigate life, a mindset where you step into your power, take responsibility, and actively shape your reality. This is a creator mindset. Welcome to Elevate Mindset. Today, we are going to explore these two contrasting ways of viewing the world and our place within it. Understanding the fundamental differences between a victim and a creator mindset is a crucial first step in reclaiming your agency and designing a life of purpose and fulfillment. This isn't about blaming anyone. It's about recognizing the power you already possess and learning how to wield it effectively. So, let's delve into these two distinct perspectives and discover how you can shift from feeling like a victim of circumstance to becoming the conscious creator of your own destiny. Visual, animated graphics illustrating the characteristics of a victim mindset, blaming others, feeling helpless, focusing on problems, and resisting change. Examples are shown of someone making excuses or feeling sorry for themselves. Host. The victim mindset is characterized by a belief that external forces, other people, circumstances, bad luck, are primarily responsible for what happens in life. Individuals with a victim mindset often see themselves as powerless pawns in a game they didn't create. This perspective manifests in several key ways. Blaming others. When things go wrong, the tendency is to point fingers and assign blame to external factors. There's a reluctance to take personal responsibility for outcomes. It's my boss's fault I didn't get the promotion, or the economy is why my business failed, are common refrains. Feeling helpless and powerless. There's a deep-seated belief that they lack the ability to influence their situation. They may feel trapped by their circumstances and see themselves as having limited options. Phrases like "there's nothing I can do" or "I have no choice" are indicative of this feeling. Focusing on problems and negativity. The victim mindset tends to dwell on what's wrong, focusing on obstacles and challenges rather than potential solutions. There's often a pervasive sense of pessimism and a belief that things will always be difficult. Resisting change. Because they feel powerless, individuals with a victim mindset often resist change, even when it might improve their situation. They may cling to the familiar, even if it's unhealthy, because the unknown feels even more threatening. Seeking sympathy and validation. There's often an unconscious need for others to acknowledge their suffering and validate their victim status. This can lead to a cycle of complaining and seeking external pity. The victim mindset, while sometimes stemming from genuine hardship, ultimately disempowers individuals, keeping them stuck in a cycle of reaction rather than proaction. It limits their ability to learn from challenges and create positive change in their lives. Visual, animated graphics illustrating the characteristics of creator mindset, taking responsibility, feeling empowered, focusing on solutions, and embracing change. Examples are shown of someone taking initiative and finding opportunity. Host. In stark contrast, the creator mindset is characterized by a belief that you have the power to influence and shape your life. Individuals with creator mindset understand that while they may not control every external circumstance, they have control over their responses, their choices, and their actions. This perspective leads to a fundamentally different way of engaging with the world. Taking responsibility, individuals with a creator mindset take ownership of their outcomes, both successes and failures. They ask, "What role did I play in this situation?" and look for lessons learned, rather than assigning blame. Feeling empowered and capable, there's a deep-seated belief in their ability to learn, adapt, and overcome challenges. They see themselves as capable of finding solutions and creating the life they desire. Phrases like "what can I do about this?" or "I have options" reflect this sense of agency. Focusing on solutions and possibilities, the creator mindset naturally gravitates towards identifying solutions and exploring opportunities, even in the face of adversity. They ask, "What can I learn from this, and how can I make this work?" Embracing change. Individuals with creative mindset understand that change is a constant part of life and are willing to adapt and evolve. They see change not as a threat, but as a potential catalyst for growth and new beginnings. Taking initiative and action. Rather than waiting for things to happen, individuals with a creative mindset are proactive. They set goals, take consistent action, and create the circumstances they want to experience. The creative mindset is about stepping into your power, recognizing your agency, and actively participating in the creation of your own reality. It's a perspective that fosters resilience, innovation, and a deep sense of personal fulfillment. Visual, a split screen showing examples of victim language, e.g., I have to, I can't, it's not fair, versus creative language, e.g., I choose to, I can learn how, what can I do? The host highlights the empowering nature of creative language. Host, the difference between a victim and a creative mindset is often reflected in the language we use, both internally and externally. Our words are power. They shape our thoughts and, ultimately, our reality. Victim language. This language is often characterized by words and phrases that imply obligation, limitation, and injustice. Examples include, I have to go to work, implying no choice. I can't do that, emphasizing limitations. It's not fair, focusing on external injustice. Why does this always happen to me? Reinforcing a sense of powerlessness. They made me feel. Attributing emotional states to others. Creative language. This language, on the other hand, emphasizes choice capability and proactive engagement. Examples include, I choose to go to work, acknowledging agency. I can learn how to do that, focusing on potential. What can I do to make this more fair? Seeking solutions. What can I learn from this situation? Focusing on growth. I am feeling. Taking ownership of emotions. Becoming aware of the language you use is a powerful tool for identifying your dominant mindset. By consciously shifting your language from victim to creator, you begin to shift your underlying beliefs and your sense of personal power. Visual, a visual representation of someone carrying a heavy weight labeled blame and then setting it down and picking up a lighter weight labeled responsibility. The host emphasizes the liberating nature of taking responsibility. Host, at the heart of the creative mindset lies the principle of radical responsibility. This doesn't mean blaming yourself for everything that goes wrong, but it does mean acknowledging your role in every situation and focusing on what you can control, your thoughts, your reactions, and your actions. Taking responsibility can feel daunting at first, especially if you're accustomed to a victim mindset. It requires letting go of the comfort of blaming external forces and facing the fact that you have the power to influence your outcomes. However, with this responsibility comes immense freedom. When you take responsibility, you become empowered. You recognize that you are not just a passive recipient of life. You are an active participant. You gain control. Instead of feeling helpless, you focus on what you can do to change your situation. You learn and grow. You view challenges as opportunity for learning and development, rather than as evidence of your limitations. You become a problem solver. Your energy shifts from dwelling on the problem to finding and implementing solutions. Taking responsibility is not about shouldering all the blame. It's about claiming your power to respond and create. It's the fundamental shift that moves you from being a victim of circumstance to becoming the architect of your own life. Visual. The host is back on screen, offering practical steps for cultivating a creative mindset. The tone is encouraging and actionable. Host. Shifting from a victim to a creative mindset is a journey, not an instant switch. It requires conscious effort and consistent practice. Here are some steps you can take to cultivate the creator within. Practice self-awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts and language. Notice when you are blaming others or feeling helpless. Reframe your thoughts. When you catch yourself in victim thinking, consciously reframe the situation. Ask, what can I learn from this? Or what action can I take? Focus on solutions instead of dwelling on the problem. Dedicate your energy to brainstorming potential solutions. Take small actions. Even small steps forward can build momentum and reinforce your sense of agency. Set intentions. Be clear about what you want to create in your life and take deliberate steps towards those goals. Learn from challenges. View setbacks as opportunities for growth and learning, rather than as evidence of your limitations. Surround yourself with creators. Spend time with people who are proactive, solution-oriented, and take responsibility for their lives. Their energy will be contagious. Cultivating a creative mindset is about consciously choosing to see yourself as capable, resourceful, and in control of your own destiny. It's about embracing the power you have to shape your life, one thought and one action at a time. Visual. The video returns to the imagery of someone confidently navigating the storm, now with a clear sense of purpose and direction. The host offers final words of empowerment. Host, the choice is yours. You can continue to feel like a victim of circumstance, tossed around by the winds of life, or you can step into your power and become the conscious creator of your own reality. The creative mindset is not about denying challenges or pretending that life is always easy. It's about recognizing that you have the inner resources and the agency to navigate those challenges, learn from them, and ultimately create a life that is aligned with your deepest desires and intentions. Step into your power. Take responsibility. Focus on solutions. Embrace change. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the creator of your life.